Hello again. In case you missed last week's roller coaster ride of a football game between JMU and Utah State, here's a recap. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. But when time ran out, it was the best of times again because the Dukes won and now JMU is 4-0. That's 4-0. I don't know everything about this team right now. There's some question marks still, but here's what I do know. Dukes are 4-0. Let's go. A quick look back at last week's player of the game and newcomer to watch. One player, Aiden Big Tuna Fisher. He's gone from super sub to superhuman. Big Tuna Fisher netted 9 tackles and 1 interception against Utah State. He put the cap on the jelly jar by deflecting a pass to D'Angelo on Golden Ponds for the game-clinching INT. Keep an eye on the Big Tuna as he makes a big splash in big boy football in the Berg. Would be remiss if I didn't mention the big play of the game, which of course was when Coach Signetti and his whole staff got so excited about a cat playing piano video, they just had to share it with the refs. Adorable. Now, I know you want to hear a scouting report on this week's opponent, but before we get there, I want to keep in mind that this is family weekend. Going to be a lot of family, a lot of parents at JMU. So I just want to do one public service announcement for all you parents going to Harrisonburg this weekend.
This is Mighty Oz from JMU with a public service announcement for you. Let's go.
Okay, JMU parents and other concerned citizens, I'm putting a BOLO out. That's be on the lookout for students drinking from large generic containers such as this one. I spotted this trend a few weeks ago and I asked my local beat reporter, Don D. of Harrisonburg, to do some investigative reporting. All right, Don has set the record straight, so to put your mind at ease, he calls this gallon container the jug o' knowledge. And it looks to me like students who are really serious about their studies are using the jugs o' knowledge to stay hydrated so they can be better prepared for the rigors of academia. You might see students sipping from the jugs o' knowledge on their way to Carrier Library or preparing for an all-night study sesh. So rest easy, parents. It's not the jug of knowledge, it's the jug o' knowledge, because with proper hydration, there's no such thing as an F. Don't mind if I do. Okay, let's take a look at this Saturday's game, Saturday, September 30th. Your JMU Dukes will host the University of South Alabama Jaguars at noon Eastern Time in the Purple Mountain Majesty Stadium right there in Harrisonburg, Virginia. If you can't make it to the stadium, it's sold out, so I hope you already got your ticket. But if you can't make it, you can watch it on ESPNU. Now, the Jaguars of the University of South Alabama, USA. No, I don't want to hear that. This is South Alabama Jaguars. They hail from Mobile, Alabama, right there on the Gulf Coast. They have about 14,000 students. It's a public school, of course. It's a young college. They didn't start this college till 1964. I think it was kind of an offshoot of the Alabama that everybody's heard about, the Crimson Tide. And the Jaguars didn't even start playing football till 2009, so it's a very young program. They're also the only remaining charter member of the Sun Belt Conference, which JMU joined last year and has been wrecking ever since. JMU. Anyway, all right. So the Jaguars, back to South Alabama, they have a 2-2 record this year. They're coming off a loss to Central Michigan, an unexpected loss at home during their homecoming game to Central Michigan. Hang on, I need a little sip of the There we go. Feel smarter already because this team was 10-3 last year. They return a whole lot of starters. They got a good QB, a strong running game, and they're going to give us all we want.
What's that, Mighty Oz from JMU? You want me to sing the intro? Okay, I'll give it a shot. It's the Mighty Oz from JMU, Lukewarm Lock of the Week. Let's go.
I tell you what, people, this might be my toughest prediction of the season. JMU lost its stalwart, best offensive lineman, Nick Kidwell, in the first quarter of the Utah State game. I'm worried about that loss. I'm worried about Tyson Lawton. But this is really tough, so I think I'm going to take Scott, the producer. Could you hand me the jug of knowledge, please? Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a sip of the learning liquid and see if I can get a little smarter. All right, so thanks to being fully hydrated, I'm ready to make my prediction, and here it is. JMU 32, South Alabama 23. Okay, 32-23. Remember, your Dukes are 4-0. Let's go.